Today is about the humanitarian crisis at the border and its implications for our national security, but it's also about something else. It's about a question, it seems to me, that every legislator has to ask himself or herself every day we walk out the door. Who do you work for? Do you work for the people who elected you, or do you work for somebody else? Do you work for the people of our country, the people of your state, or do you work for somebody who is running for president? The onus is clearly on Washington Republicans to explain to the American people why it is that they won't even agree to move forward to debate a bill that is endorsed and supported by the Union of Border Control Agents, whose names they invoke continuously, supported by our chambers of commerce. It's a bipartisan bill. They have said that there is a crisis at the border, and now that it is time for the Congress to address it in a bipartisan way, we see that they've walked away. And I've heard a lot of words today, but I haven't heard an explanation for why they have walked away from that debate. And the reason is, we all know the reason. It is because they have received their directives from a defendant in a courtroom in New York. Well, I work for the people of Georgia, and I have heard their call for me to come to this place to engage with my colleagues on both sides of the aisle. We won't agree on everything. We won't agree on many things. There are things in this bill, be clear, that I don't like. I wouldn't write it exactly the same way. But if we could have moved forward on debate, we could have had amendments, we could have had conversation, and yet Washington Republicans have decided not even to have a conversation about something they say is a crisis. What could be more cynical? What could be more craven? Quite frankly, it is the kind of thing that turns people away from politics, because today is an example of when politics becomes about the politicians rather than the people. Folk who've decided that they'd rather have the issue than actually try to resolve the issue. And so I won't turn away one moment from working on behalf of the people of Georgia, who have said, by the way, that they need comprehensive immigration reform. If you talk to business owners, business leaders, they know it, that we need to provide a pathway to dreamers. There's a lot that we need to have in this conversation, but today was an opportunity to move forward on securing the American border, which is fundamental to our job. And unfortunately, our colleagues have walked away. The question is, who will stand up for the American people? Who will fight for common sense immigration reform? Who will secure the border? Who will give dreamers a path? And who will actually have the courage to have a conversation, to be serious about something that really is serious?
Thank you. Well